You sit in a courtroom, nervously watching your attorney argue for your innocence.
And from that, we can infer that the defendant was not at the scene of the crime at the time of the murder. Security camera footage shows my client was driving home before their husband was murdered. Police testimony quoted the time of death at 9:02 p.m. on the 12th of May. If my client was driving home then, how could they possibly murder a grown man, hide a body, and then willingly call emergency services to try and save his life? I rest my case.
He sits back down as the prosecutor begins his tirade once more and whispers to you.
Don't worry, you're doing great. Sweetheart, don't worry yourself. You've got the best damn attorney this side of the country. You'll be fine. You still worried about paying my bill, Don't worry about it. We'll discuss it after the case is closed.
Recess!
Let's chat for a moment outside.
You follow him outside, down further into the courthouse.
Now, you're worried about payment, right? I'm sure you've heard some of my previous clients state that I can charge in unorthodox manners. Are you curious, my dear? After all, we both know you won't be able to pay me the traditional way. Your ex-husband robbed you of everything before he died. A shame for you. An opportunity for me. I'll be brief. If we win your case, which we will, you can pay me back by allowing me to take you out to dinner. That's it. I won't demand sex. I won't demand you become my pet or personal plaything. You might ask for such things eventually, but that's irrelevant. My price is dinner with you, my treat, served privately by my own chef at my personal estate. What do you say? You may think about it, of course, but I think we both know what you'll pick.
He heads back into the courtroom with you close behind. The court proceedings continue.
Yes, Your Honour, we are ready to continue at this time.
Time transitions to hours later as you wait for the jury to render their verdict.
Do you prefer seafood, beef, or chicken? Chef Robert would like to know what to thaw for our dinner later. You're not going to jail. I can all but guarantee it, dear. Now, what protein? Oh, and do you prefer red or white wine? Here.
He takes your hand and lets you practically break his as you wait for the verdict to be ready. It comes back.
Not guilty.
Some applause and whooping as the judge bangs his gavel more.
Order! Order!
There, see? Now go ahead and grab your things once we're done here. We'll take my car. Not to laugh at you, but it'd be awfully foolish to drag you off to commit murder, dear. Surely you're beginning to see that I say what I mean, yeah? Nothing else. Now come. I'll have a fitting dress laid out for you.
You're in his car, heading out of the city an hour or so later. As always, his expression is cool and unreadable.
You know, I've represented thousands of people. You're one of the first that I've believed may actually be innocent. Almost. Well, the motive is perfect, you must admit. An unfaithful, abusive husband divorcing his loving partner for a mistress. Who better to send him to the grave than the one who he'd wronged the most, Yes, that would make sense, but at the same time, it wouldn't. I study people in my spare time, read them, and you're very easy to read. Please don't take that as an insult. It's nice seeing someone gentle in this city. Someone just trying to get by without making any waves, in the water drowning, but unwilling to splash. You don't know it, but you no doubt make people want to save you.
His eyes sweep over you from the side as the two of you sit at a red light.
I must admit to being in that spell myself. You draw a natural instinct out of me as a man. And it's been rather difficult to resolve that within myself. Hence why I'd like to have dinner with you. I want to study you more closely. Does that put you a bit more at ease? Fascinating and beautiful as your body is, I want to have your mind laid bare before me. Very good.
Transition to his home, a looming modern marvel of architecture.
Here we are. Come in, dear. I'd ask you to leave your shoes at the door with the rest. There'll be a room directly to the right when you go upstairs that will have an outfit for you. Please put it on, and then join me in the dining room to the left of the foyer.
You do so, and then find him sitting at a nice table, adjusting the plates to his liking. He looks up at you, and something lights in his eyes.
You look very nice. Please, Robert has prepared what you requested and has poured your wine. Join me.
You sit before a pile of delicious-smelling food and fine wine. You can feel his eyes on you as you eat, but it feels oddly comfortable.
Thank you for agreeing to join me. In a sense, anyways. This is very pleasant for me.
He smiles.
I'm glad you find my method of asking a person out fascinating, my dear. I've been called dominant before, which I suppose is true. I do like to maintain control over most things. With that in mind, may I ask you a question?
He leans forward a bit, almost conspiring.
How did you manage to kill him so expertly?